looks like I got one person watching. Doesn't tell me. I don't see who it is. Where's the chat? Show live chats. Hi to whoever's watching. I'm guessing that's what it means up there. Forgive me, I'm not very tech savvy. Hey, Mr. B, how are you? I'm just working, you probably can't see very well. I'm just working on a order of hooks I had come in tonight. I really haven't had time to make any actual videos. I've got a few that I need to edit, but with everything going on, you know, it's just busy. Here lately I've had several orders come in from Etsy, so those have kept me pretty busy. So I'm just making some of these horseshoe nail hooks that I make. At an order of 30 of them come in. But if you have anything you want to ask me, go ahead. You know, I'll answer to the best of my ability. I've never really done one of these live things. I just figured since I ain't been able to put out anything today, I'd pop up here while I was working and figure if anybody has any questions, just ask away. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't realize I was froze up. Is it better now? Oh. Let's see. Sorry about that. Let's see if that's any better. Sorry about that. I didn't realize I was froze up. Is it working better now, or is it still froze up? Okay. How are you this evening? That's good. This is just kind of my setup when I'm doing hooks. I get them all beat out. I do these 100 at a time normally, but I get them all beat out, get the holes drilled in there, and then I'll come over, put the curly Q on, twist it, put the hook part in here, and then twist it here. I've kind of got a pretty good system, and I can turn them out fairly quickly, and then once I get them all turned out, I'll sit down and put the coating on them, just heat them up a little bit with put the beeswax on them. They work out pretty good. People really seem to like these things. They sell really well on my Etsy store and at oh, what do they call them? Craft shows I go to. So Do you have any questions or anything? Anything you want to know about me? Thank you. Yeah, I actually have 3 biological kids, and me and my wife do foster care, and at the moment we have 2 foster kids. So, we've had them for the 2 foster kids, we've had them for about a year now. Yeah, last March we got them. But I have 3, my oldest, 3 biological. My oldest is 10, then it's 7 and 6, and then the foster kids, I have a little girl that's 5 and a little boy that's 2. So they keep us busy. Yeah, it's really rewarding, seeing the reason we got into it. We seen how good our kids had it. I'm not gonna lie, my kids are spoiled to death. And my wife works in the public school system, and she's seen how a lot of kids suffered, and were neglected at other families. And we kind of decided to open our homes up to try and help them. I was raised, my family did foster care when I was younger. My grandmother did, and I was kind of raised around it. And me and my wife made the decision. Yeah, it keeps us really busy. But me and my wife made the decision to go ahead with it, and shortly after we finished the classes, because it was 4 or 5 month classes that we had to take to be qualified, and they had to come in, check the home and everything. But pretty much as soon as we got our certificate, they were calling us with our first placement, and it was a sibling group. So we love them. They're like part of the family now. There's talks of adoption, but it's still a long process to see how everything's going to play out and everything with them. But, if they do end up going back home, that's a good thing. And, as long as the parents got their stuff together, but it would be hard to see them go. Yeah, they're our first set. We got them. We were only wanting one, just to kind of get our feet wet, I guess you could say, to kind of see how everything kind of meshed with the family. But we were the last call to keep this sibling group together, and we just opened up our hearts. Couldn't imagine being torn apart from your family after going through what they went through. So we said absolutely, we'll take them both. And like I said, it's been very rewarding. Of course, there's times when it's aggravating, but what about parent isn't going to be aggravating at times. So yeah, we've talked to a couple other foster families that have done it, and after having their foster kids for so long and then they go back to their parents, it took a toll on the family so much that they had to quit doing it. They said they couldn't take the heartache of having to give them back, because at that point they were their family. So, we haven't had to go through that yet. We don't know how everything's going to play out at the moment. A year's a long time, but it's still kind of early in the whole process of it all. So, we're just kind of playing it by ear and see how things go, and giving them as much love and support as we can while we have them. How about you? Do you have any kids? Oh, okay. Yeah, I know about where that is. Hey, Pastor Smith, Josh Smith, how are you? No kids? I was just telling Mr. B earlier, if y'all have any if you have any questions you want to ask, feel free to ask them. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. I'm just sitting here making some hooks for an order I had. Oh, I'll show you this while I got it here. This right here is for you, Pastor. I know I said I was going to fill it up with coil spring, but I only put it about half, 3/4. I put you something special in here, something extra for a couple knives. So I hope you like it. I'm going to get this out within the next couple days to you. So I hope you're able to put it to good use and you like the extra surprise I put in there. Um, well, I hope you have a good dinner. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Um, my name is William Adam Ayers. I go by Adam. I always have ever since I was a kid. My mom wanted me to be named after my dad, but she didn't want me to be called Bill or Will or anything like that. So ever since I was a baby, she called me Adam. So that's my name. Oh, and you're welcome, Miss Pastor Smith. Um, Mr. Joshua Springs, my father-in-law is doing better. He when he had his stroke, he lost the ability to talk. Uh, his left side, I think it was kind of droopy, and he couldn't talk. He's recovering now, and he's getting all his most of his functions back. He passed his swallow test, which is a good thing because they had allowed him to eat. He still can't talk though, and they say that just could take time. But he completely understands everything. He's got a feel for what's going on. He's still a little clumsy though, but he is doing better. And I thank y'all very much for all your prayers and your support. It means a lot to me and my wife. Looks like we're up to 4 people. That's pretty cool. My wife and her brother did. I kind of let the family go and stay back there. I was out in the waiting room for support and everything. But my wife's brother got him laughing pretty good, and so did my wife. We went by a Chinese restaurant. Was it yesterday? Before we were heading up, I was taking her over to the hospital to see him, and there was a little duck that was standing right out front of the Chinese restaurant. And we took a picture of it and said he just escaped dinner. But he got a big kick out of that. Just joining now. Do you work at? Wow, that was an inappropriate comment. Yeah, if I remember, I'll try and sneak the picture in to one of my next videos so y'all can see what it was. Pretty comical. Oh, are you doing shit? I'm gonna jump up and get one of the projects I'm working on. Enjoy your dinner. All right, Josh. Now, I know you've probably seen some pictures on my Instagram and everything, but here's the handle. I like it. It's got a good feel in the hand. I hope you like it. And here's the head to it. It sets on there and seats on there really good. So all I have to do is heat treat the blade edge because the body of it's mild steel and it's got a high carbon bit welded into it. So I got to heat treat that, put in my maker's mark, and it'll be ready for you next week when you come down to Virginia. So I look forward to meeting you, bud, and I hope you like it. I did want to ask you, since you're on this live stream, do you want the handle burnt, or just leave it the natural with a good oil coat. Yes, I definitely agree. Laughter is an awesome medicine. You know, your emotional state has a lot to do with the healing process. I definitely agree with that. I think it's time for a new pair of that's the wrong way. That's a dud. I'm gonna put that over to the side for myself. That didn't bend real good. Yeah. Looks like we're just down to 2 of you. I don't know why that person keeps commenting inappropriate stuff. I'm gonna have to figure out how I can block that. I'm sure there's a way. I apologize for that, guys. I'll see if I can't figure out how to get rid of that on the next one. Oh, no, I haven't tried to use a key. Ever tried to use a key to make a hook. It's an interesting concept. I'll have to give that one a try. My son has a ton of keys that he collects over the years. He's always liked them. He keeps them on a big key ring, so I'll have to try that. Is Joshua Springs still with us? You still with us, man? The acrylic one, yeah, that one turned out real nice. I did a Blue Lives Matter pin for a cousin of mine. I used a gunmetal pin kit and everything. That came out really nice. I didn't get a video on it though. It was just mixed in with a bunch of stuff I had to try and get ready. He'd been asking me for it. But you know, things have been kind of hectic here lately. But that one turned out really nice. I don't have a picture of it with me, but acrylic is very finicky to work with. The cheap stuff I have, I've been told Alumilite turns a little bit better, but that stuff that I got a big old grab bag of it. It's real brittle, as you've seen in the video. It cracked that one blank just trying to drill it. And turning, when I was practicing on it, I blew apart 4 or 5 different blanks before I was actually able to get a technique down to where I could turn somewhat decently. No, I haven't given that a try, to be honest. Since the bowl video I put out last week, I haven't turned my lathe on. I've got an Etsy store that I put stuff on, and then I've got a little store here local that I take and set my stuff up on. And I kind of got started in it thinking it wasn't going to go, I was going to have to, it was going to start slow. But it took off a lot quicker than what I anticipated. At the time I jumped into the store, Etsy was slowing down a little bit. We were out of that Christmas season, and I thought I was going to have more time to really ramp up the store. And I started getting Etsy orders like crazy and trying to make stuff for the store and everything else. Plus, I do vendor shows here. So, yeah, I think it'll polish the acrylic up real well. Next time I turn something acrylic, I'm going to try that. I actually have... I was at the wood store the other day, and they had this piece of maple burl. I don't know if the figure shows up in the camera or not, but I want to take and cut it somewhere in here and do a casting and kind of like a hybrid bowl, and that would be a really good project to try that out on, because I could do like the inside of it with one and match it to the outside, just to kind of compare the toothpaste to something else. But hopefully I'll get this video coming soon too. So Well, I thank you for sticking with me, Mr. B. I think I got enough. I know I got all of them made that I needed for this order. So I'm going to pack them up and go on up to bed. Get a good night's sleep for the next day. So I hope you have a good evening, man. See y'all on the next one. You too. Thank you. Thank you very much for sticking with me the whole half hour we were here. It really means a lot to me.